There's a town hidden deep in the hills, a place that's all but forgotten, a ghost town called Eldergrove. Most people around here don't talk about it, and if they do, it's in hushed tones, like even saying the name aloud could bring something unwanted. The stories surrounding Eldergrove are as old as the town itself, but they all share the same dark thread, a curse that haunts the land. It's said that centuries ago, the town was wiped out by a mysterious plague. One day, the people of Eldergrove were there, going about their lives, and the next, they were gone. Some say they died in the streets, others claim the plague carried off the town's entire population in a single night. But the true horror of Eldergrove isn't just that the people died, it's what came after. The spirits of the dead are said to walk the streets, cursed to remain there, eternally trapped between the world of the living and the dead. Some even claim that it's not just ghosts that haunt Eldergrove, but demons, ancient malevolent forces that still call the town home. Naturally, a place like that, with a history so steeped in mystery and fear, was the perfect spot for a thrill-seeking group of friends. We were looking for something to get our adrenaline going, a place to explore, to challenge our nerves. Eldergrove seemed like the ideal place to make some memories and maybe even take some cool photos for our social media feeds. But the moment we arrived, I knew something was wrong. The air felt off, heavy. It was like the town itself was holding its breath, waiting for us to make our move. We parked at the edge of town and looked out over the streets. The buildings were dilapidated, their windows shattered and doors hanging off their hinges. But they were still standing, strangely intact, as though they hadn't quite given in to time and nature. The silence was overwhelming, more profound than any abandoned place I'd been before. It was as though the town was holding on to its secrets, waiting for someone, anyone, to come and uncover them. As we made our way through the streets, the wind picked up, howling through the cracks in the walls, rattling the windows of the long-abandoned buildings. The sound wasn't normal. It didn't have the fresh bite of a windstorm. It sounded like something else. Almost like a whispering, an unintelligible murmur that seemed to be carried by the breeze. We tried to laugh it off, to chalk it up to the wind, but even then, we couldn't shake the feeling that the town was alive in a way that no place should be. Then, we heard it, a faint sound like footsteps. Slow, deliberate, dragging, as if something, or someone, was walking just beyond the range of our vision. I froze in place, my heart pounding, and I felt a cold sweat creep across my neck. There was no one here. The town had been abandoned for years, according to the rumors, and yet those footsteps, they were real. They weren't just in our heads. I turned to my friends. They looked as pale as I felt. We all stood there in stunned silence, our eyes wide as the dragging steps grew closer. There was something about them that felt wrong, unnatural. Whoever or whatever was making those noises wasn't human. The sound of the footsteps grew louder, closer, and it was then that we realized we weren't alone. We turned to run, panic overtaking us. But as we tried to flee, the town began to shift. At first, I thought it was just the adrenaline making my mind play tricks. But then I saw it. Streets twisting and bending in impossible ways, buildings moving, shifting like the place itself was alive, playing with us. We were disoriented, trapped in the town's shifting maze, unable to find our way out. Every turn we took led us back to where we started. The streets were alive with whispers now, the voices low and distorted, echoing around us, calling our names as though something was beckoning us to stay. Then we heard a scream, one of my friends, Jenna. She was frozen in place, her mouth wide open in terror. I looked at her, but her eyes were glazed over as though she wasn't seeing us at all. Her lips moved, but the words didn't come from her. They were wrong, twisted. "Help!" she screamed, but it wasn't Jenna's voice. It was hollow, distant, like something was using her body as a vessel. My heart pounded in my chest. This wasn't just a ghost story. This was something real, something dark. The whispers became louder, overlapping with the sounds of scraping, dragging, like something was dragging itself across the streets toward us. We tried to pull Jenna away, but it was like she was rooted to the spot. The town felt alive, suffocating, its very air filled with the voices of the lost. Every shadow seemed to move, every building seemed to reach out, trapping us. We ran again, this time without stopping, not knowing where we were going, just desperate to escape. I can't remember exactly how we made it out, but we did. We stumbled back to the car, breathless and shaken, the oppressive feeling of the town still hanging over us. The moment we left the town's borders, the weight lifted, but only slightly. I still couldn't shake the feeling that something had followed us, something that was still watching, waiting for us to come back. When I look back now, I wonder if it was the spirits of Eldergrove that we encountered, or if the town itself, this cursed, decaying place, was alive in a way we couldn't understand. One thing's for sure, Eldergrove wasn't just abandoned, it was waiting for the next group to wander in just like we did. Do you think you could tell if a place was haunted? If something was watching you from the shadows, waiting for you to slip up? If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe and follow us for more. Join us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube and Blue Sky for more bone-chilling chronicles, if you dare.